have a plan to motor west. It's the highway, it's the highway, that's the bed. Get your kicks on Route 66.
It's time for another Kennedy Elementary School. We get our kicks reading book 66, the Kennedy Elementary School Summer Reading Challenge, where I bring a different read aloud to you each day. It's an award-winning book. This one is a Caldecott award-winning book for its pictures, and it is inspired by a different location in and around Barrow counties. Today I'm at the Piedmont Physicians Group of Bethlehem, or Piedmont Urgent Care. You guys can come up here if you're feeling sick, or if you hurt yourself, or hopefully not, you need a COVID test or get a COVID vaccination. But it inspired the book A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip Steed, illustrated by Aaron Steed. So I'm going to be reading this book to you today. Like I said, it's a Caldecott Award winner, inspired by the Piedmont Urgent Care in Bethlehem. As I read, I'm going to try to read and model what good readers do, which is read fluently. Fluently means that I read the words correctly at a good pace, not too fast, not too slow, and I read with expression. As I read, I want you guys to do what good readers do and listen. Listen for the story elements, the character, who or what the story is about, the setting, where the story is taking place, when the story is taking place, and the sequence of events, what happens first, next, and last. Because we don't want you just to read the words, which is great. We want you to understand what you're reading, which is called comprehension. A great comprehension strategy is to look at the questions before you read, so you know what to focus your attention on. So we give you the list of questions that you'll have to take at the end after reading A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip Steed. So I'm going to read this book to you. Hopefully you never need to go to the Piedmont Urgent Care, but if you do, great people here that will take care of you. You guys enjoy this book. A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Steed, illustrated by Aaron E. Steed. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock changed, he swung his legs out of the bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. "6 a.m., right on time," he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. He'd run races with the tortoise, who never lost. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. And at sunset read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day Amos awoke with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said,
Ugh, I don't think I'll be going to work today. Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his pawns and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently, all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where's Amos?" the animals wondered. Later that day, "Hooray! My good friends are here!" The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. "I'm too tired to run races," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath his covers. Amos yawned. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. "Achoo!" Amos woke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. "I'm beginning to feel much better, thank you," said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. "Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea." Amos wound his alarm clock. "It's getting late," he said. "After all, we have a morning bus to catch." So Amos said goodnight to the elephant, and goodnight to the tortoise, and goodnight to the penguin, and goodnight to the rhinoceros, and goodnight to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Steed.